A very good morning to all of you. I am Dr. Vinder Jaswal from Government Polytechnic College, Mohali. So today we will study about parasitology. So generally we say that study of parasite is known as parasitology. But it includes two important terms. First one is parasite and second one is host. So parasite is an organism that lives in or on the surface of other organism for food and shelter. So in parasite, this thing is very important that it require food and shelter from other organism. And second is host. Host is an organism from which a parasite obtain its nutrition and or shelter. So host it provide food and shelter to the parasite. So in totality, what we can say that the study of parasites, their hosts, and the relationship between them is known as parasitology. Next is parasite classification. Parasite can be classified on the basis of their habitat. So habitat is a place where the organism lives. Secondly, we can classify them according to their dependence on the host. Thirdly, we can classify parasite on the basis of their pathogenicity. First is classification according to their habitat. So according to their habitat, the parasite, they are of two types. First one is ectoparasite. Ectoparasites are those organisms which lives on the surface of skin of the host. So example of this is lice or tick. So second is endoparasite. Endoparasites are organisms which live inside the body of the host. The example is Leishmania species and Ascaris lumbricoides. Second classification is according to their dependence on the host. So in this classification, the parasite, they are of two types. First one is permanent parasite, the parasite which completely depends upon their host. So they depend upon their host for the metabolites, for shelter and transportation. And secondly, they cannot live. The main important thing is they cannot live without the host species. Example is Plasmodium species, Trichomonas vaginalis. Second is temporary parasite. So as the name indicates, the parasite can also live independently in addition to the parasitic life. Example is Naegleria fowleri. Third classification of parasite is according to their pathogenicity. So on this basis, the parasite, they are of three types. First one is pathogenic parasite. So these are the parasites which cause disease. Example is Entamoeba histolytica. Second is non-pathogenic parasite. These parasites, they derive food and nutrition from the host organism, but they do not cause any disease to the host organism. So there are certain species of Entamoeba coli which are commensals or non-pathogenic. Third is opportunistic parasites. These parasites, they rarely cause infection in the healthy individuals, but when the immunity of the individual is weak, so in that case they can cause disease. So example of such parasite is Toxoplasma gondii. So as there are different types of parasites, so the host, they are also of different types. First one is definitive host. So it is the host which contain the sexual stage of the parasite. So that means sexual reproduction occurs in the host is known as definitive host. So man is the definitive host of the Taenia saginata. Second is intermediate host. So this host contain the immature or the larval stage of the parasite. So example of intermediate host is cow for the Taenia saginata. Third one is reservoir host. It is generally a wild or a domestic animal which harbor the parasite and act as a source of infection to the human being. Next is carrier host. A host harboring and disseminating a parasite without exhibiting the clinical sign. For example, even in case of corona, there are certain people which do not have sign. So we can say that they are just the carrier of accidental host. Sometimes what happens, a parasite enter into an organism which is not a normal host for the parasite. So in that case, what happens? It does not undergo full development. So such type of host is known as accidental host. Parasites, they are further of two types, protozoa and helminthes. So protozoa means early animals. Proto means early, zoa means animals. So these are the early animals which appear on this earth. So they are further classified into three groups depending upon their site of infection. First one is intestinal, second one is urogenital, and third one is blood and tissue. So on the other hand, helminthes, it include worms. So they are further of three types: cestodes, trematodes, and nematodes. So this slide shows the some of the example of protozoan parasites. For example, those parasites which infect the intestine. So example of those are Entamoeba histolytica, Giardia. So on the other hand, which infect blood and tissue. The examples are malaria, toxoplasma, trypanosoma, leishmania, and the last one, urogenital tract. So example of this one is Trichomonas vaginalis. The other helminthes, it includes worms. So they are of three types. First one is nematodes, which are also known as roundworms. Second one is cystodes, which are also known as flatworms, and third one is trematodes. So it includes flukes. So example of nematode is Ascaris lumbricoides. Example of cystode is Taenia saginata, and example of trematode is Bilharzia. This slide shows the relationship between two organisms. So there are different types of relation which can occur between two organisms. First one is mutualism. So in mutualism, the two organisms both are benefited from the associations. So second one is symbiosis. So it is a permanent association between two different organisms, so dependent on each other that their life part is impossible. Means they cannot live without each other. Third one is commensalism. So in this, there is a parasite which get benefit from the host, while the host is neither benefited nor harmed. Next is sources of parasitic infections, means from where we can get these infections. So first one is contaminated soil. Soil polluted with human excreta is the major source of infection with Ascaris, lumbricoids, and the hookworms. Secondly, insufficiently cooked meat of pork and beef. So these may contain infective stages of parasites. So one of the common example is Taenia species. Third is contaminated water. So as you already know, water is the source of many infection if it is contaminated. So there are a number of infectious organisms which spread through water. So some of the examples are cyst of amoeba, flagellates, Taenia solium eggs, etc. Next source of infection is blood-sucking arthropods. So you already know that these arthropods, they act as a vector. So they carry disease from one organism to another organism. So example of arthropod vector is malaria parasite by the female Anopheles mosquito. Animals can also act as a source of infection of parasite because they harbor these parasites on their body surface. Human beings can also act as a source of infection. So contact with the infected persons, their clothings, bedding, or immediate can be the source of infection. So example of infection which occur through human beings, they are Entamoeba histolytica, Trichomonas vaginalis, etc. So in the last we will discuss about route of transmission. The infective stage of parasite may be transmitted by different ways. Number one, by ingesting infective stage of parasites. Sometimes a person consumes contaminated food or water, and even if the hands are contaminated with the feces, so there are chances of infection with Entamoeba histolytica or Entamoeba vermicularis. So, secondly, when someone consumes raw or uncooked meat, so there are chances of infection with Taenia saginata and Taenia solium. Secondly, penetration through the skin. So there are certain worms which can penetrate through the skin. So generally hookworm is present in the contaminated soil. So when someone walks over the contaminated soil barefooted, so there are chances of penetration of hookworm into the skin. Third route of transmission is through insect bite. There are certain parasites which can be transmitted by insect. So these insects act as a vector. So the various parasites which are transmitted through the insect bite are filarial worm, Plasmodium species, Leishmania species. There are some species which are transmitted by sexual contact. So one of the common example is Trichomonas vaginalis. So there are some species which are transmitted or inhaled by the air. So example is Entamoeba vermicularis. There are certain species that can be transmitted through kissing. Example is Trichomonas gingivalis and Trichomonas tenax.